Hello everyone, welcome back to Kosi's Arsenal podcast channel. My name is Kosi and this is your latest Arsenal news, transfer news, daily updates, daily opinions, call it wherever you want. We are here to talk about William Saliba, Mikel Arteta, Arsenal and the future between these two parties. Look, I'm tired. I'm just tired of William Saliba, the sagas between him and Arsenal. I'm just tired. I'm frustrated to an extent that if Arsenal choose to sell him, it's gonna be for the best of the club, of the manager, and for the player. I'm just tired. I'm so tired. So William Saliba came out today. He was speaking to the news, and of course you could see there on their official Twitter handle, Get French News, French Football News. And this is what he said: William Saliba on Arsenal. I really didn't like that. I wouldn't. I really didn't think that I would be transferred for 30 million. The fans excited about me and play 0-0. Nothing in the Europa League or in the league. Just in the reserves. I was in the squad once in the cup. It hurt me. It affected me. That is William Saliba there talking to TF1 media in France. We're gonna be discussing that and more. What are your thoughts on William Saliba? This is the second time he has come out to speak out on Mikel Arteta and Arsenal as well. So what are your thoughts on the situation between William Saliba and Arsenal? Even by the fact that he has gone out on loan, he's still hitting back at the club. He's still hitting back at the manager. He is still spoiling the relationship between him and the manager. And of course we know how much Arsenal and the board and everyone now trusts Mikel Arteta. We know how much Stan Kroenke, we know how much Edu, we know how much Vinay, we know how much they trust Mikel Arteta right now. So it's either going to be William Saliba or Mikel Arteta. And you know, who, at the end of the day, who is going to leave the club. And it really hurts me to say this, but he is a big talent. But if he doesn't work on his discipline, he is not going to play football at Arsenal. Let us start right way back where it started. Arsenal signed William Saliba last summer but one. We had defensive issues, and that's why we were excited to see William Saliba come at Arsenal. We were desperate. We wanted him to come in the January transfer window of last year because Luiz and Rob Holding, they were doing a lot of shit. We wanted a defensive midfield. We wanted a centre back. We were desperate to get a centre back. William Saliba was out there on loan at Saint Etienne. He was doing a great job, remarkably good. Of course, Mikel Arteta, had his own reasons not to include him in the squad when he came. Reasons I do not understand very well. Because for him, he says the player was not yet ready. The player says I was ready. So the manager says you're not ready, and the player says I'm ready. And of course, if you could see that tweet, he says I was ready and I was hurt. I was left out of the squad. It affected me. All of us were fuming. All of us were furious. What does William Saliba have to do to get in the squad? Even when we were, performing so poorly this season, conceding goals, non-scoring goals, we said give players like William Saliba a chance. They never, he never got a chance. We all agreed he's not going to play for Arsenal this season, maybe. When the January transfer window came, this club and his agent and however decided that he goes out on loan, maybe to work on his career, get more playing time and so on, which all of us did agree. And we had moved on. We have moved on. We had got a break. Now he's back in the media. And I think what such young players need a lot of guidance when it comes to the media. The media are not on your side. The media do not work in your favor. They want that story. That's all they care for. As long as they get what to write, that's all they care for. I've written for publications before. I've asked questions as a journalist before. you don't, you don't, they don't ask questions, or you don't ask questions as journalists because you care about the career of a player. You don't ask questions as a journalist because you care about Arsenal as a team, because they're drowning. You ask questions that you feel are going to shake the media industry, and that's all they care for. So whenever William Saliba goes out in the media, hits back at Arsenal, hits back at Mikel Arteta. That is so unprofessional. Very unprofessional. And I'm sorry, I really love him, I really like him, and I'm sorry to be on against his side, but that is very unprofessional. Arsenal are your employers at the moment. You have a contract with them. You've got to respect that. We've seen so many players that are discontented with so many clubs, with so many managers, but they never come out to, these are your employers. You've got to believe in that. You've got to know that. You've got to put that at the back of your mind. Arsenal is your employer. And in the first place, if you wanted Arsenal, if you joined Arsenal because he wanted us, I think, he would be working harder, to get into our lineup. I think he would be working harder. There is no way you're going to tell me that, I came at Arsenal, the fans wanted me, I believed I was ready, and was not given playing time. Then that means the manager didn't see that you're ready. You need to work more. You need to work harder than you did. So for me, I'm not really happy with these, statements. William Saliba is throwing up and down. And many people out there, bloggers and journalists, are here praising William Saliba hits back. William Saliba speaks out. That is nonsense. That is total nonsense. There is no way you're saying you want to play football at Arsenal and you're out there, always hitting back at the club. You're not going to get any popular with the fans. You're losing your popularity. You're losing the, the way fans liked you. You're losing it. And when you become unpopular and you get, you're very young player, you still have so many things to learn. You're going to get unpopular. You go out there on the pitch, you make mistakes, and fans are done with you. And they're like, he's not the man we expected to be. You're still a young player. There is still a lot of time for you. You're just 19 years of age, 20 years of age. You still have 10 years on your career. Even if it's not Arsenal. You could play for Barcelona. You could play for Real Madrid. We are not the greatest club in the world, and everybody knows that. This is time to speak the truth. So I think William Saliba speaking out, against Arsenal is wrong. It is just wrong. And look, I won't be very surprised if Arsenal wake up one day and they decide that they're going to sell William Saliba on a permanent deal. Because there is no way. Look at Matteo Guendouzi. He's out there on loan. Yeah, he spoke at Arsenal. He spoke against Arsenal once. But you've got to let it go. Lucas Torreira, one of those loyal players that were there under Unai Emery. For my belief, Lucas Torreira deserves a playing chance more than William Saliba. He deserves it. Matteo Guendouzi, how many minutes did he play last season? He deserves a playing chance ahead of William Saliba. But they're keeping quiet. They have let it go. You've got to let it go. Keep the emotions away and play football. You've been given a chance down there in France at Nice. Show us that I was right. I needed to play football. Don't become a journalist. You're not a journalist. You're not a blogger. You are a footballer. Those are two different things. So whoever thinks that it was right for William Saliba to come out and poach on Arsenal and hit back at Mikel Arteta right now, it is not the time. It is not the time. You have 5 months to rejoin the squad, and you're busy breaking the rapport between you. The rapport you have between you and the club is not right. It's just not right. Look at these statements. Just look at these statements. William Saliba on Arsenal. I really didn't think I would be transferred for 30 million. 30 million, that's not the biggest transfer fee, brother. You're not the most expensive defender in the world. This is wake up, William Saliba, wake up. This is not you're not the most expensive transfer at Arsenal. You're not the most expensive defender. You're not. Harry Maguire was transferred for 80 million. If you don't know, Pepe was transferred for 72 million. He's not a regular in the side. If you do not know, you've got to wake up. Yeah. The fans excited about me and play 0-0-0 nothing in the Europa League or in the league. You know, and I want to tell William Saliba, I want to tell him this. Football fans are excited about every transfer. As long as someone is joining the club, we're excited. I'm excited. Trust me, if Jesse Lingard was coming to my club, I'll be excited because we are getting an addition, and you don't know what it may what may come out of that. So there is no way you're telling us that yes, we were excited. Everybody was excited about William Saliba, but much of almost 90% of the Arsenal fan base had not seen you play. They were excited because you were a new boy. They were not excited because you are the Mbappe of defenders like you were called. They were excited because you were a new addition. They didn't know you. Not many people knew who William Saliba was. That's the fact. Yeah. And of course, I understand when he says it hurt me, it affected me. But you're still a young player. You're gonna kill your career if you side with the media rather than your bosses. You're gonna kill your career if you side with the media rather than siding with with the training coaches. You've got to let it go. You've got to concentrate on football. Right now, David Luiz is leaving the Arsenal club. You don't know. You could be the next David Luiz at Arsenal. You could be. Those are all opportunities. But if you continue misbehaving, and you see, discipline in football is key. Discipline. If a player is disciplined, look at players like James Milner. They're not so much of talented, unless I'm mistaken. I don't think Milner is that kind of talent, but he's hard-working and disciplined. Just that. Look at the clubs he's played for. Manchester City at the top level. Liverpool at the top level. Just because it's discipline. Discipline in football is key. Look at Rob Holding. He doesn't care whether he starts or he doesn't start. He doesn't shout. But he's now persistent and consistent playing for Mikel Arteta because courtesy of his discipline. He knows when he doesn't play, the manager has not chosen him. He knows when he plays, the manager has chosen him. I need to prove, and he has proven. Indeed, he has proven in the last games. He has proven that he deserved a new contract. I was against it. You still remember, guys? I was against it. I said Saliba has to play Rob Holding out. But right now, I cannot say the same things because this guy, I even don't know how much of chemistry he shares with Arsenal. I don't know, but that is there. That is there. I'm going to be providing a transfer update show very, very soon. I hope you guys will still be awake. It's the deadline day, and I hope to cover all the stories that are happening today and all the stories that have actually happened in the transfer window in February. First, I want to start the work in the summer because it looks like we shall be much more busy in the summer than we have been in the January transfer window, which is much understood. If any Arsenal fan is out there and they say they do not understand why we shall be actually, more busy in the summer than in the January transfer window, it's the case that our financial situation is not that pleasant, and that's the fact, and that's the fact, and that is it. Smash the like button, get your subscriptions, and if you like this video, just do one thing: comment and like, and I'll speak to you in the next one.